Hello?
Hi, John.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you, sir?
Well, it comes and goes. Yeah. So, where are you at? What city or state?
I am in North Carolina.
Whereabouts?
At Chapel Hill.
Well, that sounds cool. I mean, it's a pretty hip place. How can I help you? What are you looking to do?
Well, thanks for your time. I need to have a fresh start in 2017. I had a career plan that didn't go as well as I thought it would.
Wait a minute, you
And,
said you're 17? I'm sorry, John. Are you are you 17, you said?
I said the year 2017.
Oh, 2017. Okay, you want to start doing 2017. I think I do too. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe we do this together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, what were you doing before?
Well, I was actually working in law. I was going to be an attorney.
Ah,
Yeah.
did you do any schooling for it yet, or just working in law?
I was just working in the law firm.
Ah, okay. So do you have any interest in what you really want to do?
It's going to sound kind of wonky, but I think I just want peace and harmony in the new year. I know that's not really.
Well, you got to get out of town then, man.
I mean, that's the honest answer.
Yeah. Okay, but I mean, do you want to hang around? You want to go to another? I mean, okay, what peace and harmony? I mean, what comes to mind? If you could get to another country that's dying to speak English, I mean, like there's countries all over the world, that you could probably live and teach English because you know English, So I mean, if you want to get out of town, there's ways to do that. If you want to stay around, gosh, I mean, what comes to my mind is, instead of getting a jail job, I mean, you're in a pretty good city there. You're a big size city. That there's things for, if you look Peers, PEERS.org. That's keeping track of people who are able to make money in the gig economy. Are you familiar with that term?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's a lot of ways to do that. Like my son's an IT guy and working on an important thing, and he works on one of these things on and off, just to make extra money, keep his body and soul together. So they're not like old traditional part-time jobs. If you had to deliver pizza for some guy, he wanted you there every day. and so they're very flexible, kind of thing. So it's like having a job but no boss, and nobody really hassles you much. There's no commitment. It's every day it's another one-night stand. So that's an interesting way if you're trying to piece together something to give you some leeway to income to do that. And I think you're talking about peace and harmony. Well, I think what life is finding something you really think is important to do in life, or important to contribute to life. I mean, like being a lawyer, man, unless you love it. I mean, that sounds dreadful. Especially being in a law firm, it sounds even worse of being a lawyer. But I mean, you find a service, you find something that you think is important to do, that is something coming from your soul. So it's not work every day. I mean, just think if you had the gift of Picasso to paint, right? And so if you had those kind of talents, you knew every day when you woke up, you had to paint. That's why I used to envy these people, like who have art. Man, they knew what the hell they had to do. It was so neat to get up, but the rest of us struggle around because we don't know what to do. And all the stuff that's out there, they're looking for workers. I don't want to really do that. So to me, what it is trying to find something in your life that's meaningful to your soul that you could contribute to the world, and then figure out how to get paid to do it. and you know, there's so many ways to package things now that weren't there before. Uh, and to hang a shingle and just say you do this stuff and look for customers. And there's so many ways to do that now. And you know, that's what I think is so great about the economy now. All these gig economies, which they say aren't secure, that's true. But you know, being in jail certainly is secure, but it's not a nice place to be. You know?
That's funny.
So what other kind of things come to your mind? I'm babbling away, and this is your time, huh?
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just, how do I put it? Sometimes you feel like you're navigating life, and sometimes life feels like it's navigating you.
Oh, yeah. The thing is that just don't let the water go over the head, you know.
I just need to sort of move forward with some kind of confidence in a new direction.
Yeah. Well, you got to build that, you know, and I think because you got to get positive feedback to do that. So you got to work your ass out of something so you get positive feedback. But and it's terrible to work your ass out of stuff you hate to do, but it's fun to work your ass out of something you like to do, you know. And that's it. Do you have a family? You got responsibilities, or what's home like, John?
I am actually taking care of my mom these days.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing. What I would do, tell the truth, make sure you have all her benefits you could take advantage of. I mean, that she's getting everything. So if you make sure you call the 211, anytime you have a problem with something, your mom has a problem, you call 211 or the area office on aging. That they'll hook you up with some nonprofit or local community group to solve that problem, even if it's financial or whatever. Now, the other thing, John, what I would do is sort of, God, just I think in choosing something, we don't really know the answer, and I think that stops us from doing things because we're looking for a perfect answer. And a perfect answer doesn't come to you when you're trying to think of it. A perfect answer comes after you fail it 100 times, sort of like have 100 shitty jobs or have 100 shitty dates or whatever it is. That focuses the mind on what you should have done in the first time. But you can't, it seems, until you go through all that process. So I think one way to get through there is just take the best idea you have at the time, even though it's not perfect. Follow it for a little while. You know, say, I don't know, I always wanted to bake bread or some stuff like that, you know. Just go be an apprentice somewhere to break bread just to see what it's like. Say, I'll come in and clean your ovens on Saturday and learn how to bake bread with you. Something just so you see, you know. And just to get it on the way. Because if you have life has, in our society, has too many options, you know. And so you got to get rid of stuff and build and focus on the one that is more relevant, and you don't really know that until you start falling on your ass a bunch. Yeah. It's not very helpful, is it, John?
No, you're exactly right.
Yeah, I think we're all looking for a perfect answer, and it's in us, you know, and it just takes a lot of trial and error to get there. And we throw money at gurus and degrees, and how many lawyers in that law firm hate coming to work every day, huh?
All of them.
Right, all of them, right? See, and they got advice from their parents and loved ones and everybody, go get a lawyer. They're spending the rest of their life hating themselves. So you're ahead of the game, John.
Yeah.
Your session has ended. Please take a moment to rate this session.
Well, I've been doing custom research reports for people who want to buy houses, fix up houses, or even become real estate investors. What I'm doing is customizing the reports just for where you live, what's available in your city, county, and even state. And I ran into this program doing a custom report for a client for what Maryland has. Now they have a program that gives you grant money for free, gives you a low mortgage rate, and money you don't have to pay back, but you have to be in debt. You have to have a lot of student debt in order to qualify for this. Isn't that amazing? So now the government says, we'll only give you money if you have a lot of debt. Could you imagine going to the bank and saying, well, okay, Chase, I have a lot of debt. Will you give me money? No, it's the other way around. Right? They don't want to give you money if you have a lot of debt, right? Here's a government program that only gives you money if you have a lot of debt. Look at here it is here. Let me see if I can make this work here. See the qualification here. For a limited time, Maryland Mortgage Program is offering a 0.25% discount on a standard Maryland mortgage program, mortgage rate, and $5,000 down payment assistance to qualified home buyers that have at least $25,000 of student debt. So you have to have at least $25,000 of student debt. Then we'll give you some free money and cheap interest rates for your mortgage and all that kind of That's like, we don't know the questions to ask, man. We have stuff in our head that we think what life is. It ain't. There's anomalies and different things. That's why I love doing that research. So let me do some research for you to find stuff like this where you live. so you can go and say, tell the bank, go shove it, because I found a place that wants me to have a lot of debt and gives me money to buy a house. Now that's cool. You hear me, Michael?
Yes.
Great. Sorry it took so long to get together.
All right. I finally found a spot where I can communicate without too much noise and distraction.
I see. Well, that's nice. So where are you located?
Right now I'm in Dallas. I'm headed to Houston today about 5 o'clock. And I'll be hanging down there for a month or two.
Oh, cool. So what do you think? I'm not, it sounds like you're doing fun stuff. What is it?
Well, there's a variety of different projects that I'm working on. About 7 years ago, I heard this rumor that no matter how much money you make, you can't take it with you when you die. And so I've decided, instead of spending the rest of my life enriching myself, I thought I'd spend the rest of my life enriching the world.
Cool.
And so I'm an engineer by training, and what's at the core of what engineers do is problem solve. And I looked at one of the biggest problems that's out there, and lo and behold, it was student debt.
You bet.
So, so what I did was I started a free online university using a system similar to Blackboard or Moodle, and then I brought in all the open courseware from MIT, Stanford, UC Berkeley, Yale, University of Houston, and lectures, textbooks. So it's basically a university. And then of the 840 courses, 200 of them prepare students for credit by examination. The APs, the CLEPs, the IBs, the SSTs. So there's several hundred of those courses. And I provided the basically the free education, and then they just go take a test. From the college board. They're all proctored exam, and so you show your ID, and they say they verify that you're the test taker, and you sit for a test.
And are these
so
only?
Hanky.
Do you have to be registered at the college, or?
What they do is you can take tests, and like for instance the APs and the CLEPs, which are brothers to each other. They're both from the college board. The APs.
Oh, the AP test. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
The advanced placements. They're typically done as like as a sophomore, you take one semester, and then junior you can take two.
So is this a way? excuse me, Mike, is this a way to get, like if I wanted to go to college, I could take, train for taking AP exams, right? That will give me
Right.
college credit for the college I go to, right?
Mhm.
And the course,
Right.
so you have
So-
courses,
Yeah,
so your courses train for like the AP exams? Or what?
Yes.
Yes, I see.
So there's actually, so which is cool is, so I started like 2010.
Uh-huh,
And then 2 years after I started, Coursera started.
right.
And you're a big proponent of open people's university, right?
Yeah, no, I believe in all that stuff, yeah.
We started about the same time period as he started.
Uh-huh,
And his rely upon textbooks and some audio. Mine rely upon YouTube lectures, text, audio, and, a learning management system.
a learning,
And,
what was it? A learning manual you said or something?
Management system.
Oh, I see, okay.
So it's a university, basically.
Uh-huh,
So you enter the module, like for instance, we have an SAT math prep exam. You enter the exam and the clock starts ticking down, and you finish as many as you can finish, or you run out of time, and it immediately grades it. And then I have the Khan Academy solving all the questions you just worked on.
ah, I see, cool. Now,
And
so the initial
you take
course, say if I want to get an AP in physics or something like that, an AP exam, do
Yeah.
I take the
Right.
course on your site then?
Yes, yes.
Okay, is it your course, or are you funneling that in from another?
I'm bringing it. Most likely, it's going to be the one from MIT. Or
I see.
Berkeley.
So this is a course for physics, or is it for AP physics to take the test?
It's either or.
I see. Ah, huh.
We actually see that. Now, here's the thing: is APs are usually done by that age group. Now, CLEPs,
Right.
which are the brothers to the APs, they're the exact same test, basically,
I see.
but
Yeah,
without a high school teacher. And there's 33 of those,
I see. Huh.
right? And there's no age requirement, so you could be in third grade and earn college credit.
Ah, cool. No, all that sounds.
So there's an 18.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's an 18-year-old that teaches mathematics at the University of Louisiana, and she has her PhD.
Wow.
She's 18 years old.
Hmm.
And that's through taking credit by exam. Basically, there's 4 ways of getting a degree. I'll re-enumerate it for
Uh-huh.
you. The first way is brick and mortar and online, like
Right.
University of Arizona, Phoenix Online.
Right.
Those are time-consuming and expensive.
Uh-huh.
The second way is credit by examination, which are like the College Board's APs and CLEPs, and the federal government's DSSTs or Dantes, and the International Baccalaureate, and then the TECEP and the ECC, and then the New York University has a language test in 50 languages from New York University. And then there's a whole bunch more. So the third way of basically getting university credit to get a bachelor's or a master's is to challenge courses. It's like when you open up your brochure, go online to choose your upcoming courses for your university. You take macroeconomics, prerequisite microeconomics, or permissive instructor. You go to the instructor and say, I already know microeconomics.
I see.
Here's the final. And if you pass it, you get the units and you pay a small tuition. At UCLA, they charge you a third.
Oh, I see. Huh.
So you
Cool.
save 2/3.
Yeah.
You save your
Huh.
time and you save 2/3.
Right.
Now, the last way is by life and work experience.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so where somebody signs off, you worked at a TV broadcasting stations, and so the station manager would sign off that you do professional quality work, so you don't have to do Studio One and Studio
Right.
Two
I see.
as
Right.
your core for communication.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's 2 state universities, one out of New Jersey called Thomas Edison, which will take all 120 units of credit by examination.
Really?
Yes,
I've
and
heard of
Charter
them.
Oaks out of Connecticut. They're both state schools. region accredited, just like your alma mater and mine. And then there's Excelsior out of New York. And you do not have to go to those campuses. Now, you asked me the question about the test results.
Mm-hmm.
The College Board would send the test results directly to the institution.
I see.
So there's no hanky-panky.
Right. So in other words, so like Thomas Edison, or I think I know physics. So to get college courses, do I just sign up for an AP physics exam?
A CLEP.
A CLEP?
Most likely CLEP.
Okay. Because I'm not in high school, is that right? Or what?
Right. You could be in elementary school, you can be in middle school, you can be in high school, you can be in college.
Okay. So I sign up for a CLEP.
Now, right.
And then
now, if you go to my website, World Mentoring, go ahead.
Yeah. Now I sign up for a CLEP test. I take the CLEP test in physics, so I was a passing grade. So then when I'm applying for a college, I'll show them that. Is that it?
No. You say Thomas Edison you decide to go to Thomas Edison or Charter Oaks or Excelsior.
Right.
They then will ask the College Board for your test results.
Uh-huh.
So you never have custody of no hanky-panky.
Right. But I mean, as far as what I'm trying to think of is how do I get a degree? I mean, if I went to the University of Maryland, would it be the same thing, or just at Thomas Edison and Charter Oaks?
Okay, yeah. You could go. Each university is slightly different.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so one you could do the full degree. The second one you could do is you could do a part of your grade at UCLA or all the various different schools.
Uh-huh. But can I do it remotely by taking CLEPs?
Yes.
I see. Ah. Yes. I see.
Now, also, so if you go to my website, on the left side, you'll see Get College Credit.
Uh-huh.
You click that, it'll take you to a page explaining everything, including a description of the test,
uh-huh,
and even what the test results, people that have taken it before, what's the pass rate.
Cool. I'm going to lose you in a few seconds, I think.
All right. Also,
mm-hmm.
edX, which is from Harvard and MIT, has AP classes.
Oh, they have AP classes, huh? That you could take on
Harvard and MIT.
Yeah. Wow. Huh.
Yeah. If you'd like to take a look at my site a little bit more, and then we can set up another office time.
Sounds good. Now, thank you for doing this, Michael. Yeah, it sounds good. Let me get into it more.
No problem.
Okay? Take care. Have fun in Houston.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, it's all right. Take it easy. Good talking to you. Let's save these people some money.
You betcha. Okay, I think one of the biggest problems we have in our society right now is, thinking that things are true when they're not. God, whether you're an old guy like me and you have a lot of history and you think these are the way things were, and it winds out it doesn't. Or even if a young person just out of school, people are telling you this is the way the world is, you get out of school. It's not like that at all. Well, I just heard a great story on Reveal. I don't know if you know these people. These are investigative reporters. And they did a report on welfare, how welfare money is spent. And it was remarkable. I mean, here, welfare money. Okay, now if that's called TANF, temporary assistance for families and stuff. We used to call welfare if you're an old guy like me. Well, money is going to rich college students, right? Families making up to $250,000 a year. They were studying this in Michigan. What the state of Michigan is doing is taking that welfare money, and part of the reason how they could spend welfare money is on preventing people to have unplanned pregnancies. So they're giving it to college students who want to go to private colleges in the state of Michigan. and don't have enough money. And the investigator interviewing these students and their parents that are making over $200,000 a year and getting thousands of dollars from the government for their kids to go to college under the welfare laws. That's why using Google, man, you'll never find that. How the hell are you going to find that? If you're looking money for college, you'll never find that kind of stuff. And that's the thing. We think, oh, there's no way that would happen. And that's where the opportunities are in the society. And you have to dig at this stuff to do it. And Google, to me, is a bigger problem because you don't know what to say. You don't know what the questions to ask. You put in scholarships and you won't find that because it's on welfare for people not to get pregnant when they don't want to. And it doesn't have any income requirement. And that's why it takes effort to find the good stuff. You have to know how to get through that. And Google, when you go into there, it's people selling you something. So if you want to get money for school, no matter what age you are, 90% of the stuff are people who want your name, because the for-profit universities pay a lot of money for people looking going to school because they could get you on the phone and get you to get a student loan and you give them the money and you get who knows what. Most of it's junk anyway, but they don't worry, they got their money and you got debt, and probably not helpful in your degree or your career advancement at all. But anything's like that. See, we're so conditioned to advertising, and our country is so, refined advertisers. They know how to find us, and we're suckers for it all the time. And the good stuff isn't called that. That's why when I started this business 40 years ago, I was helping rich people. Rich people would call me, and I'd find programs like this for them, and I'd charge them thousands of dollars. Well, they were going to make millions, so they didn't care. That's why the rich people find out about it. And the other misnomer is, all this stuff goes to, minorities or something. That's nonsense. Sure, there's programs set aside for minorities, and I think they realize that because there are programs set up, but the majority of it has no requirement at all, not even income requirement, see? And so who gets it are the minorities because they think that's there, and so they'll spend the time looking for it. They think there's something. And the rich people who hire people like me, I charge $100 an hour more to do this stuff, and make thousands of them because they know it's there. They know how the system works. And that middle class that has no idea. And that's what I'm trying to do now is educate the middle class about this. How to get through Google. How to find out what you really want to do. And I'm preparing prepackaged, reports that show you how to use Google to get things, whether it's money for college or housing or whatever. And I do custom stuff for next to nothing. Tell you the truth, things I used to charge $5,000, $10,000 for, I'm doing for $50 or more here because the technology allows me to do that. But even if you use me or not, believe me, there's more there than you're seeing in Google, and it's there for you. There's more opportunities for everybody out there if you know learning how to do that research. Maybe I should give courses now or something on research, because that's the key. You'll go and Google search, nothing here, but blah, 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 blah. And nothing really there. It's there, but it's under rocks, the good stuff. And they're going to come down the street and poke your eyes out. And that's why you believe, all this stuff must be for minorities. Nah, you're wasting your life not using it. Because these are tools I see for everyone. We live in a democracy, and don't leave it for the rich people, or don't believe that it's only for minorities. No, it's there for everybody. This is what a democracy is about. Everybody has access to it. And now what's happening on the internet, it's even the same, because it's not even regulated like government programs, and whether it's crowdfunding or peer-to-peer or the shared economy. Learn those tools too, because that's a way. Maybe it's not the best job, but it is a job. And you can learn, and it's more flexible. Actually, the opportunities on the internet are very flexible. You work when you want, whatever, nobody cares. Come and go as you please, and it's a different lifestyle. So things are changing. And even at my age of 70, I'm going to live 20 more years. So I got to figure out this society. So we all should, because that's where it's going to. And I hope I could help. If I can't, fine. But stay in there and try to figure it out yourself. It's worth it. I believe that I'm here, I mean here like in life here, to help people get over the bumps and the hurdles and all the obstacles that seem to be in everybody's life, and also believe that I have a talent to find things that other people haven't been able to find. I've been doing this about 40 years. Back in the 70s, I started, one of the first information brokerage companies that were available in this country, and then got into reference books, and I still do that. And now I'm interviewing people all over the globe on how they find information and money and help to do things. And I want to spend the rest of my life helping others learn what's out there in the world to help them in life that they don't know about. Because all we know about is the things that people are making a lot of money at. So if you need money, you know about your banker and the loan shark and all these kinds of things, but you don't know about the alternatives, the people who are giving away money for free, but they're not advertising, stuff that's happening on the internet, like in the shared economy and things like that, because it's not big enough for people to know. So what I do is find this stuff for people, and I want to educate them. So I have a service now too that you could call me, man, with like for $1. That's all I'm charging. I'm not trying to make a lot of money at this stuff. I want to help it. I want to make sure that it's worthwhile to people. I don't want to do stuff that's not valuable to somebody else. I mean, just to please myself, that's a stupid, way to live, I think. Just pleasing yourself, it's like making love to yourself. No, it's more fun to make love to somebody else and please somebody else. So I want my talents to do that, is please other people. And I have this talent to help people identify ideas even, or get over hurdles, or think of new ways to solve problems, or show you how to get free money and expertise to do almost anything you want to do in life, whether it's starting a business or going back to school or paying some kind of bill that you hate. And I've been studying this for 40 years. I've written 100 books. And I know about failure. Man, I mean, I'm not saying I'm magic and know everything. I've written 100 books and only 10 have made money, so I'm wrong 90% of the time. But I think we have to know our options. And what I could give you is options. If you don't have options, you have nothing. Your life is almost over without options. So in not waiting for some white horse to come up at the door and solve all your problems, we all would love to have that happen, but it's not. We got to get out there and do something ourselves. And that's what I do. I mean, for a few minutes or whatever on the phone, for $1 a minute, that's what the thing is. I'm charging just so it's a value, because I don't want to, people call me up and say, what's the lottery number or something like that. No, things that are important to you in life, that you're willing to invest a few dollars in. So I could feel that, it's a value. Otherwise, I'll study something else that I think people need. So I could do that work better than anybody else. And now you could use me. I'm at the other end of a phone. And it's at your time. You decide when it is. And also what I do is help a lot of people with how to get over things that are stuck in their head. It stops them from doing things. They don't see a better alternative. Why do I need $100,000 over here to do this when I could do the same thing over here? And it's nothing. So for some reason, my mind thinks that way. I could see other ways to do things that don't cost any money. And that gets you through life the way you want to get through life, to do the things that you want to do. Not to have a roadblock that somebody said, oh, you need $100,000 to do that. There's probably another way around that. And I can help you think like that. That's what I love doing, and I see it happen over and over again. I'm an old fart. I've been doing this for a long time, and I see the results. So if I could help you, let me do it. If I can't, just believe what I'm telling you and go do it yourself. Find other ways to do things. It's out there. Okay, let's go over what I found for you. All in your area. I mean, first of all, we're going to cover the local what's local, your city, your county, and even the government offices, and also nonprofit organizations. See, that's another thing in the mix that you can't forget about. Then we'll go in later for your state government and the federal government. And then in the second video, because there's 2 videos in the introduction besides the other introduction video, that's all the internet stuff. And make sure you go over that too, because that's really important, I think, because it's the way we're all going to live more and more every day. All these programs, whether it's crowdfunding or peer-to-peer or the shared economy, they're the kind of opportunities that are available now and only going to grow. That's the part that's growing. Grants are going to shrink, and the shared economy stuff is going to grow. Okay, let's go start here. Okay, right there in your local program, they have $45,000 at 0% interest to buy a new home. And that $45,000 at 0%, that's an interest-free loan, you don't have to pay back until you sell the house. Wow. I mean, that's an incredible thing. I mean, who's going to give you money like that? There's nobody on the internet that you'll find, or the banks or whatever. So that's what's so neat about government programs. You have stuff like that. Now here's another one, 45%. But this $45,000, but this is for fixing up houses and flipping them. Right. So that's what it's for, rehabilitation and selling out. And then you could, pay back the $45,000, but 0%, zero, nada. No bank is going to ever do that in the long as we live. The best they'll do is give you a toaster, right? Well, that's the whole thing. That's back in the 50s they used to do that. Here's $5,000 grant to make your house look better. That's right. Just freshen up your house. Use your property tax to fix up your house. So what they say here is this is a program that if you fix up your house, then you pay less property taxes. See, you get the money back through not paying property taxes. Okay, weatherize your home for free to cut your utility bills. That's a cool program. Here's another free home modification for people with disabilities. Here's free home buyer education program. That's important. This is your first house. You got to get and some of the government programs, where they're down payment money and stuff like that, they want you to take one of these courses, and they're free. So you might as well do that. And by the way, that's, going through this whole stuff that I'm sending you, I would look at the mortgages and, these kinds of things, or $45,000, or here's one, $10,000 at 1% interest to make your home energy efficient, and then take one of these, go to see one of these counselors, because not only do they have courses, they have free one-on-one counseling. So that's a good place to really start to get your free way. Okay, get $2,000 grant for your savings account. Now, isn't that amazing? Now, what they'll do is if you put it in $1, they put in $3 or $4, and so it's a total of an extra $2,000 free grant to help you buy a house. Oh, what did I do here? Okay, all the buttons here, I pushed the wrong one with that. I get so excited when the video's on. Okay, free home buyer education stuff, okay? We got there, $10,000, $2,000 here. Free help with budgeting and foreclosure prevention. So if you have a current home and you're worried about foreclosure stuff, free help. Don't go on the internet and look for people that are going to charge you money. Rent your property and get the government to pay the rent. Okay, that's a cool program. You want to be in the real estate business, rental assistance grants, free one-on-one counseling, and online workshops for home buyers. Discounts on rents for individuals and families in certain incomes, $7,000 closing costs plus $32,000 second mortgage, 0%, and forgiven within 10 years. See, that's another forgiving loan. So these are loans you don't have to pay back as long as you stay there for a while. That's what this one's 10 years. Some of them are 3, some of them are 5. Here's another $7,000 closing costs and $32,000 if you stay there. Purchase a home with sweat equity. This is an incredible deal. This will cost you 1/3 of what a normal house would cost, and without down payment. Because what they do is give you a mortgage without interest rate, and you work on other people's houses, help other people build a house, and that becomes your down payment. and then they get a loan for 0%. And so, like I saw the data here. If you get a mortgage for like $250,000, it'd be normally maybe like $1,000 a month. This is only like $300 a month. So $300 a month, So it's an incredible bargain. Okay, for $3, here's another one of those things. $3 grant for every dollar you save for a down payment. Money for construction, rehabilitation, affordable housing. So you want to get in a business like that. That's 7 ways to lower your taxes on your property. I mean, see, there's all kinds of ways, because property tax is a big thing. So here's ways to get that down. Okay, grants for up to $23,000. Wow, I mean, this stuff is all over. Like I said, these are a lot of, they're not, it's hard to find, in Google. Okay, here's $5,000 grant, ground payment and closing costs money. Okay, free home fix-up for homeowners in need. Free and low-cost legal services. File a housing discrimination complaint. Free cell phones and 200 or 500 free minutes. These are programs. See, they're income eligible, so check it. Even free internet at home, or actually it's $10 a month, $9.95. See if you're eligible for that. Okay, here's $100 and $500 pay utility bills. Grants for Columbia Gas. There's another, kind of thing. Programs to help pay. These are utility bill payments. Look at all that's available. Grants, just in case. These are emergency numbers. I included this. I ran into this. It was nice. It's all kind of place to get immediate help. You have health problems or whatever. And it's a list of numbers in Allegheny County you may want to talk about. Now, here's something very important. People will give you free research. See, the problem with Google is they'll tell you about stuff who are going to sell you things. People are going on there to make money. Okay, so the people are going on there for free, don't have advertising money to figure out how to get up on page 1. So you're going to put in something like mortgages, and here I put in mortgages, and you get 127,000 websites. Wow! See, now if you go to 211, and you can even call them. This is a local nonprofit organization who keeps track of all the nonprofit organizations and all the government programs that give them money for free or free help. They're not Google because, see, Google wants to make money off of people, and they can't make money off of these people because these people don't spend any money on advertising. So this is just one of those remarkable things in the world that you have to be aware of. Like here, instead of 127 million programs for mortgages, you go to 211, and there's 260 programs, and they're all from nonprofit organizations. People are not going to make money from it. Or housing rehabilitation, over 2,000. And if you do that, you'll get millions. Or financial assistance. This is money, extra free money for you. Financial assistance. That's what it means in this thing. See, that's why the problem is to ask. You get on the phone and ask, because if you don't know what you ask for, you're going to put in a grant and you're going nothing. Financial assistance is the word they use. So you don't know that, you're going to find it. That's why the questions are more important. Okay, your library. Don't forget, man. People forget about the library. These are people who are going to work for you for free, do the research, things like I do. Might as well ask them first and see if they can find it, because they know your area better than I will, and have that question before. And there's even Ask a Librarian, so you can do a text to these people or phone or email or whatever. And what's neat about them is a lot of librarians now will even help you set up a website for free, like to make money, or you're all screwed up with how do you do Facebook or whatever, all those kinds of things. Well, they're trying to help. So see if they help you with that. But more importantly, there's 2 databases your library has on grants. And one is a private grants database for individuals. Now, these are grants from foundations, not the government, not nonprofit organizations, but foundations that give out grants, all these big boys. And they have about 10,000 personal grants, but then they have about 140,000 nonprofit grants. So if you have a nonprofit, a church, community group, your little band of renegades that you're trying to do something in the community with, you got to know this database. See, and if you call up the foundation center about the database, it's going to cost you $1,000, $2,000 a year, whatever it is. But the library has it for free. So that's where you want to go. And they have people who know how to use it and will help you do that. So that's it. There's 140,000 database. And see, the important part about this is, of the 140,000, remember, foundations that have programs that give out grants, 90% of them don't even have a website. Wow. So that's it. Okay, your county cooperative extension service is great. You worry about your backyard, how you're going to plant fruits and vegetables. You want to start a business in your house, or actually they even have financial counseling too. So watch those videos there, how they can help you with all kinds of stuff. If you're a vet, here's a clearinghouse for vets. See, the people that and veterans families who use this. These are free people who get grants from the government to help you get government money. Right. And they do it all the time. And they get 100% more money than other people. So if a vet goes somewhere else, they're going to get like half the money that these people could get you. So make sure you use them. There's a video there that explains that too. Now here's something that you have to know for the rest of your life. And this is your Small Business Development Center. These are free consultants. Anything to do with the business. But a business could be, you could be a freelancer working out at home. Or you want to put something in your house on Airbnb or something like that, and have people, and you don't know about the legal help or the taxes or the financial problems, or you need a business plan, or you need they do all that for free. Or you have an invention. Don't go to an invention company. Go to these people. They'll help you with all that for free. And they're right down the street from you. Now here's the housing counselors. Okay, you go to this link, see them all. There's dozens of them there in your area. Pick one out, make an appointment, go belly to belly, see one of them. If you don't like them, go to another one. They all got the same money, and it's none of it from you. So, and there's videos. You can see the people who do this, and I have long interviews there. You see them. They're wonderful people. Okay, your state is loaded with programs. $60,000 for you to pay past due mortgage. Man, I mean, just a couple of years ago, I would said no way something like that would happen. It does. That's why anybody says anything about the government programs or whatever, they're probably right. And there's other programs that'll show them wrong too. $6,000 grant for closing costs. Wow. This is how your state, $15,000 down payment closing costs. Here's another $2,000 a year on your mortgage. That's extra money. They just give you because you have a mortgage. $10,000 of no interest forgivable loans. Again, that magic word that only the government has, forgivable loans for home buyers. $8,000 down payment money, for your boss. So your boss can get government money to help you get a mortgage. Low interest and low fee mortgages. That's good. Go there first before you go to some bank or something. Make sure you know the nonprofit stuff first, because the banks are all advertising and these people don't. 2 programs to refinance at lower rates and lower payments. Know about that. $10,000 loan, 0%. See, modifying loan. There's cheaper money there. $15,000, $35,000 affordable rates to fix up your home. Right, $35,000. So that's another thing you want to be in the house flipping business. Here's cheap money to do that. $25,000 and $25,000 interest rate to fix up homes. I mean, all this kind of stuff here. Grants to make your home more energy independent. Now, reverse mortgages. Talking, I'm an old fart. People they're trying to sell these reverse mortgages to old farts. And when you see all this advertisement for them, they're making a lot of money at it. So be careful. Get people. These are counselors who get government grants to make you aware that these things aren't good all the time. So you're a salesman. You're not armed to fight some salesman or go even to talk to them, because they'll get you, because they know how to get you. They spend every waking minute figuring out how to get you. And you just come in, Mr. or Mrs. Nice Guy or whatever, and you're not armed well enough. So you got to get armed. Even if you want to see these people later, see these people first, because they'll arm you. What's good and what's bad about these things. A lot of bad stuff, and they're not good for a lot of people. Real estate property tax exemption if you're disabled. Here's other $650 tax rebates. List your property and find affordable apartments, all that kind of stuff. Go through this utility assistance program. Look at all. There's a dozen of them there. Local banks that have that program where they give extra money to you if you put in money in their bank and their savings account. See if you can apply there. Okay, here's the federal program for mortgages. So if you have a current mortgage, call this hotline first, because they'll go through the mortgage with you and see the other new government programs. They're not going to sell you a mortgage. See, that's right. You go to a bank and they're using the same programs, but they're just making something on top. So go to the horse's mouth. Don't do that. Here's 50% loans. For houses they have at 50% discounts for certain things like teachers, law enforcement officers, things. So see if you qualify for one of them. Here's HUD houses for sale. Here's housing repair in Pennsylvania. I'm sorry going so much. Well, I got to go up. That's the end of the first section. Go up, change my suit, come back, and we'll cover the rest.